like him not asking for my number was like a part of his little game to make me feel safer, because I feel kind of energetically drained a little bit. Not like abnormally so, but just like threw off my game, like distracted kind of thing. Like I don't know what kind of entity he was. He didn't necessarily, like he had a whole bunch of negative energy. I felt the lust. I'm always gonna get the lust. I can't even get mad about that type of shit. But as far as like how I was like unable to like get my stuff together. Like I'm sitting here fumbling for what I'm trying to do, which is get my money together, get that. And then he offered to take me home and stuff, which I declined, but because I was like, yeah, I don't really like the energy. He didn't offer to pay for my stuff. He didn't offer to, like, he wasn't trying to do more than really help me do what I was trying to do, but it was also benefiting him more than I could compensate for at the time. So he was getting more from me than I could get out of him at that point. At like him giving me a ride was more for him than it for me, because I was already okay with walking. I'm walking already. So when I gotta pay attention to people's chivalry, because chivalry is dead. Ain't nobody, like, unless it's a woman, a couple or something, like there ain't too many people just being genuine like that. Men, they often it's often rooted in their attraction, they lust. And if I wonder if I was an older lady, an unattractive lady, would he have still, helped me or not? I don't really know. I can't say if he would or if he wouldn't. But like I said, I was just threw off my game too fucking much. And then I didn't have my money. I don't have a lot of coins right now, y'all. So some of my money is on the card, and some of my money is some of my money is on the card, and some of my money was cash. And I'm like, they had a minimum at the card, so I'm like, really, that's illegal. You are responsible as a person who receives card payments. You are supposed to bear the burden of the cost of the Visa transaction being less than a certain amount. But I'm in the hood, whatever, they get over anyway. So I just took pictures of their information, because this type of stuff isn't going to change until we start to actually do the work to get it to change. But people don't really care. They're complicit, they're complacent, they don't give a fuck about whether or not people are doing their jobs or not. It's a burden to always have to ask for ID, but it's necessary, because now I get it, because tobacco is addicting, and nobody under age 18 or 21 should be able to buy, like, after 21, like, yeah, you should, like, you, even then, I feel like it should be 25. Age 25 is when you should legally be able to start to be able to do that kind of stuff, because you're still developing. And if laws were more conducive to our real development, we'll have a lot more and less crime out here, and a lot more understanding as far as like how women's bodies develop, men's bodies, the things that go on hormonally, the different thoughts, the different, just the different ins and outs. But yeah, the man who was dealing with me, he was mad that I was dealing with under $4. Maybe he didn't like that I was didn't have a lot of, like, obviously I don't have all the money on the card, and I don't have all the money, it's not all on the card, and it's not all in cash. So he felt the way about that, which, sir, like, it's my shit, like, it's the only money, like, it's still money, it's still gonna pay, it's still gonna do the same thing, it's just broken up. So it's like, how you gonna feel some type of way about that? I remember taking like pennies to a store, but like, money is money. I don't care if I had $100 million in pennies, in coins. I got $100 million, bro. Like, y'all don't even think about that kind of stuff. Like, I'm gonna start keeping more cash though, because I don't really like this card stuff. Like, I'm gonna do some cards, the stuff that's necessary, like half and half. When I get paid, half of my money on the card, half of my money in cash, and I'm gonna start saving it and stuff, doing my own sheets. But yeah, I just took on a lot of energy, and I realized that even the person who was asking me, do I look good? He just wanted my validation. People just want my approval. They don't even care if it's... Some people will go to the extent of just... If I could talk about the negative shit all the time, that will fuel them. Being stuck in my trauma, being stuck in the abuse and the pain that people done. Nah, I'm about to heal, transmit this shit, and not put it don't got no name where I'm going. I acknowledge that that's what you are, and you dead to me. I don't entertain bullshit anymore. There's no safety, and I can't trust a me who would be willing to do that. When I think about some of the things I experienced, and I think about what could have been done to prevent them, it's like, if you had a child, would you risk that? You don't know what you're doing to you in the situation, sure, but you know how you felt when that thing was happening to you. And I know I ain't with it. I can't allow something that I'm so close to. Even like my sister, what my sister's experience, it pains me. It pains me. So no, I don't have the mental capacity, the mental fortification to trust when shit is happening. Like, you know, to willing, like, to be on some bullshit with myself. Now, not with myself, but like if I was to have a child, with my child. But I'd have to take that same thing. Like, you don't have a child, so let's operate in a reality. You are a child. You are a person, a human who needs protection. So how would you heal your subconscious? How would you heal the little girl who had those experiences, who didn't have nobody to protect her from abusiveness, hatred, evilness, wickedness? No matter who it came from, sister, mother, brother, cousin, uncle, I don't give a fuck. Anybody who contributed to, I can't be around none of it. There are people who struggle to heal, and they end up going into mental crisis because they struggle to accept the reality that the people around them willingly sold them for crumbs. Like, not even about like intentionally like went somewhere and cashed out, but it's more so like the lack of consideration can kill you. A motherfucker who doesn't have the ability to consider you, who don't consider you in none of their choices, how their choices, their life decisions impact your reality, that can kill you. They can make a decision that leads you to a path of all, like, you know, certain things upend things. And I know that people wanted to see me struggle. People wanted to see me broken. People wanted to see how much I could take and withstand before I ring the alarm home. But that's not God ain't never told me I was gonna die like that. That ain't my energy frequency. Even if I experienced the worst of the worst life, I wouldn't ever commit suicide. But I have the ideation. I have felt deeply unwanted. I have felt deeply unseen, deeply over earth, over life, but never really at the point of completion, of desiring to like I didn't even thought about like, what if I wanted to do it, I went as far as thinking about which ways would work best for me. But as far as following through, I ain't never really followed through with nothing like that. I ain't never really got to the point of considering following through. The most I can think about when I think about something like that, even when I'm in the deepest of struggle within life, my mind, whatever, is if I was to do it, how the fuck would I do it? I'm scared of guns. I don't got access to it. I'm not finna stab myself, cut myself. I'm supposed to slit my own throat, like fall on a knife, suffocate myself, drown in the water. Like, I think about all the ways, but it's like, what is it gonna do? It's not gonna end my suffering. The reason why I struggle even with suicide, with certain deep experiences, is to articulate the continuum, the eternity, immortality of our pain, our struggle, our emotion. If I ended my life right now, I'll just come back again and have to do it from that space. And that would be a disservice to all the work that I've already done for my bloodline, for my DNA, for the codings. Like, not just, I realize DNA isn't just about who you birth. Like, your DNA isn't changed by just who you birth through. Your DNA can be changed by divine code. Like, you can hear, like, just for like before I came into religion and stuff, like, Christ consciousness is a matter. It's like light codes. It's light codes. I can't really describe it, but it's like it's energetic frequencies more so than needing to study stuff or needing to, it's you really get your stripes in the world by living for real and not being afraid of the way you got to do it. And it is, sometimes it's been scary, it's been crazy, it's been uncomfortable, and it's been like hard to cope with, because I wanted it to be this fairy tale way, this fantasy way, and I struggle to accept the reality of my life, what I'm already experiencing. So I always want to go walking and stuff, and I was gonna go find me a little place to sit, but last time when I went over there, I had got bit the fuck up, and I told myself I was gonna better prepare. I need to get me some alcohol, some essential oils, and like my blanket and pants, and shoes and socks. So next time, shoes and socks, blanket, pants. I need more to go on my walk than what I got right now. But yeah, I realized from that experience of that man taking me to the store that it's just a whole bunch of distractions. Some of them are self-imposed, some of them are from other people, but all of it is what it is. There's like, even if it's innocent, it's an innocent distraction, it's still a distraction. Like, you don't, like, for example, that guy who asked me about did his hair look good? He obviously already knew his hair looked good. I don't know if he had asked other people that for today, but there was something unique about him wanting me to validate him. That was more so just trying to see where I'm at energetically. Like, am I gonna give in to I could have been like, I could have went negative, but nigga, shut the fuck up, talk to me. I don't want to talk to you, went on that. But I'm not, you look good, bro. It ain't nothing. You want validation, I give you a little validation. However, whether I went low or high, I did it according to my own general disposition, and whatever their intention was, or whatever entity spirits attached to them were using it for, that's on their business. I cross my T's and dot my I's. And that's kind of how I'm finna be moving in this world, because now I'm starting to see that it is about my frequency. It is about how I desire and how I choose to show up in the world. And it's unfortunate that so much is depending on whether you're this way or that way. That's why it's so difficult. That's why they've worked so hard to control how you expand or express. And realizing that it's exhausting, it's like, okay, now that I know that the flow of stuff really depends on me. Like, I've been in a space of desiring to be free. It's not even about, like, it's stuff I don't even know that it's about. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know how deep this is. I just wanted to do it because it's you could say egoic, selfish reasons, stubborn reasons, whatever, because it's like I'm trying to bring more ease, more flow into my life, being truthful, being honest, living in like how my mind has come to be how it is, how I like discovering, like the study of me is what has saved me more times than not. If I don't know, like, I don't know a life without this journey. I don't know a life without the things I'm doing. I don't like, there's nothing more appeasing than healing, than living in truth, because the pain of living in false reality, of living in struggle, like, it's just painful. That's not true. It's not true. I'm not that thing. I'm not that, like, I could have nothing and still not have to be subjected to that. It's not about money. It's not about all of the the fancy stuff. It's really about the root of your heart, the activations within your heart, or not. Did I yeah, I'm on the right street. Okay. Because rather, like, I've always practiced since I was like, the way my spiritual journey was like, if I never change, if I never like, if this was the life, like, what if this was the life I was meant to live? And the reason why I was struggling so much was because I was going against the grain of what I was actually already afforded, trying to be this for this parent, trying to be that for this parent, not embracing the duality of both, or calling it what it is. So being more open to embracing fully my reality has allowed me to be, is what allows me to transmute and change it, and it wills in and brings in the desired results of otherness, other experiences, other opportunities, abundance, etc. So yeah, sure, I be wanting sure, you want to be special to people, sure, you want to mean something to people, but when I really consider all of my deepest, profoundest relationships, like the relationship with my mom, the relationship with my dad, the relationship with my siblings, like any relationship, ex-partners that really just truly transform my psyche, my mind, my soul, my experience, I come to terms with the fact that a copper emblem, interesting. But yeah, I come to terms with the with the reality that life is not what it you seem. What's that? Wizard of Oz? I need to listen to that song. The Wizard of Oz, or not Wizard of Oz, Wizard Waverly Place. Wizard Waverly Place theme song, because that right there is giving nostalgia, but it's giving something that's in there. Well, you know, every
slightest of ease. Yes, please. But you might find out it'll go to your head when you write a report on the book you never read. With the snap of your fingers, you can make it bad. And that's what I said. Everything is not what it seems when you can get all you wanted in your wildest dreams.
Yeah.
Into trouble if you go to extremes because
Thing is not. Yeah. The balance of things.
Everything is not what it seems.
Oh my God, even just that little bitty piece, like Disney did their best shit in regards, because you thinking like, oh, my kids, a lot of kids are stuck in their fantasy, stuck in their trauma, stuck in the things because of the way that we were given the world. But a lot of these things were there because of it. Like when we look at what's happening with Nickelodeon, when we look at what's happening on Disney scenes, like the stuff that was happening on the scenes of these shows that raise up our youth and our children, and we realize that this is the same stuff that was happening and there's happening in our communities, in our homes. It's just on a different level. And it's crazy how we idolize celebrities or idols at this point. We idolize celebrities and their experience and their lives that they live, and they're very much like us. I've lived the Meg Thee Stallion life. I've lived the Sexy Red life. I experienced that shit just being a hood bitch daily. If you a hood bitch, if you a bad hood bitch for real. Those personas, those energies, that's what we are. That's what we do for real. So, and I'm not more so talking about the dramaticism, but I'm talking about just the embodiment of truth, embracing oneself, and yeah, that part about not messing with the balance of things. Like it's like you got to be careful what you're doing out here. You got to be careful how you move. Like even when you come into the knowledge of truth, and I was shown this, like even if I'm operating from a pure space, you could still get knocked off your shit. And I had to release the gimmicks, you know. I had to release the gimmicks. I wasn't really like that for real. As far as I needed a little bit more integration. Because I don't have, like, I have the ability to say it when it's really needed to be said, but as far as like daily, I can't live with people who don't see me, who don't hear me. It ain't even no explanation to some of that. It ain't even no matter of understanding any of it. It ain't nothing to do with nothing when it comes to that kind of shit. For real. Like, my life, my lived experience, and me overcoming them how I have, beyond people's apologies. Yes, people apologizing can help. I'm not gonna hurt you. Like, people acknowledge that they're wrong when people give you that, but most of the time it's just an egoic exchange, and it gives you the ideal of false I don't think apologizing, but it does take strength to apologize. Let me say that. It takes strength to apologize and acknowledge that you may have did something that you should have been more cautious on or more aware about. But if you're not actively doing the work to ensure you don't continue that, it ain't happening again, then it's gaslighting. So I've had people who apologize to me for how much they hurted me, and they very much were different. They showed up in a different energy and to a certain extent, but when it came to me, when it came to treating me a certain way, you still treat me the same way. You may not want to treat me like that no more. You may consciously feel more, you may be more aware of when you may be more aware of your dislike for me, your disdain for me. You may be more aware of how the way you felt the way about me, subconsciously communicated how you raised me or treated me behave towards me. And that's not, when a person acknowledges the truth of what they did, it's not for you to give them the space to come do that shit again. Like, if you, like, I genuinely wanted relations with people, so I trusted motherfuckers to be legit. I was a super gremlin, for real. I'm still a super gremlin. And that's why I said this is super gremlin error. Chosen people, not real chosen people, but I would just say those with the most, like, the hardest battles. And I wouldn't even say the hardest one. We're not even the last ones. We're like the first phase of this shit. The hardest battle come from our siblings, the ones that come after us, the ones who didn't get it through us being who we've been in our lifetimes. Like, if you've had Malcolms, Martin Luther King, people who've come in your life, in your bloodline, in your family, who has powerful energy, testimonial ability, and you still don't have some type of a conscious awareness, you're still not developing your spirit, your psyche, your mind, your heart, your chakras, everything to connect further and deeper to the divine, then I don't know what to say for you. Because ever since I knew that this was a thing, I've been trying to see how I could be more connected to the spirit. And I've also, like, I haven't even gotten into healing with substances, being in different environments, having other practitioners help with me. Everything that I've done so far has been solely by my own intuitive practices, connected with a few people, and social, like, using research from social media to find the things that I'm looking to expand my knowledge on. So yeah, I'm so ready to smoke, y'all. I don't even want to put enough weed up in here. It's sad. But wow. Cause I feel like every time they say when you say but, everything that came before it doesn't matter. So I wonder if that's what I be doing when I do that. If I be erasing all of my communications that I've already transmuted. Transmuted basically is good. So getting off work, having the week that I had, being revealed of people's, like, who they are. Like, some people don't feel good when they do good. Some people don't feel good when they do bad, and that's good for whichever one it is. That's okay for them. It's up to, like, good is not supposed to be focusing on that. Like, look at them over there doing all that bad. No, good is supposed to be cultivating good and aligning to good and attracting to good and building good. And you can't save motherfuckers. Leave that alone. So I say all this to say that a lot of the mental illnesses, a lot of the reasons why I've wanted to kill myself or lose my life or escape this life is because it, like, my experience reality, it didn't match my spirit reality, my spirit awareness, my spiritual wisdom of what I know God is got for me and called me to do. So I wasn't accepting the relationships, the people, the bonds, the connection, all the things that I was doing that contributed to the misconceptions. Now, of course, I'm grown, so as I've grown, before that, it was all just, I had no choice. I didn't choose. I mean, of course, esoterically we choose, but like, motherfuckers was making choices, and I ended up here because motherfuckers couldn't get their act right. You got to think about it like that. When you are having sex down here on this earth plane and you create life, them is your motherfuckers in the spirit realm in they gaseous states who got to come back down here to the earth plane to help you figure something out. So I could have been, even though I'm coming to my parents as a baby, I could have already transitioned from as a parent to I could have been anybody, a sister. I could have been anybody, and that's probably why, like, even when I think about how people respond or how they perceive me, I feel like often that's typically what it is. People were like, people who violated me, even I feel like it was them. Even if it was negative, I feel like I've had a lot of horrible experience in my past lives where both powerful people were desiring me, and both the opposite was trying to get me. Like, I was in some shit. I was like a Marie Antoinette, like a person like during just, I'm thinking about any pivotal era of time. I was one of the witches, one of the people who was like in the midst of it, helping people get to the next level, to the next level size. Like, I'm in between. I feel my energy even now. I be feeling like a secret messenger. Like I just travel with information from between houses, between tents. Like, I was the one who had secrets and will go over here to see what intel. But the thing about that type of stuff is that you could take a person who's not a traitor, who's a loyalty, and they go do something like that and they get their head knocked off because that's not their energy. Gemini, our frequency, we naturally embody that duality. So I'm not having two faces isn't abnormal for me. It's limited to only two. That's the least amount. Geminis could possess so many different spirits. How so many different spirits than the normal zodiac, but just because of that archetype. So, or we house we just have double of each thing. So rather it's light codes or dark codes, it's gonna be times two. So we're not just light and dark. We're light and dark times two, because we have both light and dark sides. So you're not just dealing with everybody got light and dark. So everybody naturally are that. So you gotta think about the extra layer of the people who are born under a certain star sign. Or star system. But yeah, I've just been grateful. Like, I always knew that what I was going through would end, so I never really looked at it as like, woe is me. I just really wished I could be more grounded. Like, there's times where I'm like, I know I'm going through some shit, like I'm being spiritually attacked, and I just gotta see myself through. But it's like, when I'm in it, I'm just in it. I can't process being in it and being accepting of what I'm in and doing the work to get out of it. It's kind of like I'm just overwhelmed. Just let me just do whatever like my mom want this, my mom want that. I want, like, we just finna go in. We finna go as low as this energy is trying to bring us, because that's the only way. Once you get to that point, the only way is up. Like, once you get to the point where you can't physically die, like there's no more. I've exceeded the capacity of, like, the emotional threshold for pain. Like, my body physically can't withstand. I've already experienced so much and overcame it that it ain't even about, it won't even correlate like that no more, you know? But I'm gonna start my journey back home, because I gotta get this shit off my mind. And that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it, if I take my black ass home. But I just feel like there's more that I be wanting to say when I be like, instead of having, but I be wanting to be, I want to be heard now. I want to be seen. I'm ready to talk, but in my own way, not how motherfuckers think I should, according to them. I want to feel safe. I want to be comfortable. My comfort, my, that matters. Or I want to be comfortable with my discomfort. Like, I realize that I'm willing to be uncomfortable to make other people comfortable. So I want to be comfortable with the discomfort that I feel from making people uncomfortable while I'm comfortable, if that makes sense. It's a mental conundrum. But this is like, yeah, if I have the capacity to help people be more comforted, then I should be able to take up that space too when I need the same comfort, yeah, you see how it feels to extend yourself like this and hold space for this. You can't do it. You're gonna flunk. Then you gotta realize and acknowledge who the fuck I am for real, because yeah, you're not me. My presence is Kawanda. And I'm not saying that there aren't people that I've been like who have been able to encourage me, help me through a season, help me strengthen me, give me a powerful word that carry me through the night, carry me through the day, that see me through because who knows, sometimes your mind will be having sometimes it's not a physical death. Sometimes you'll lose your mind before you lose your life. So there's so many times where I was already going down this path of losing my mind, and someone talked me off the deep ledge. They talked me off the ledge. Like, I didn't have to be confined to whatever I believed in my head about this stuff I was experiencing. So I'm really grateful because it shows me that, this life we live, these experiences we have are just that, and it's a choice to stay in the mess, in the funk. Now that I am where I am in my journey, I have to continue to accept, because the thing about it is when you're not that way, you don't keep up with the enemy. You don't keep up with you don't have the time. Like if I'm focusing so much on what y'all doing, I'm not doing the work that I need to be doing for me. I'm becoming more like y'all. I'm becoming worse than y'all at that point, because that's not purposeful. That's not your purpose, is to focus on what the enemy or the people who are not trying to contribute to betterment are doing. You say, all right, it stresses me. I can't hold this no more. I can't be the only one. I was willing to do my part, but I can't be the only one. This can't be on me. And that's why I have sex more intentionally now. And I'm grateful that this past year of me doing what I've been doing hasn't landed me in unfavorable circumstances where a pregnancy had to be down. I almost tripped because the motherfucker staring at me. But yeah, that I need a lesson, karmic lesson. Some people be living lives that sometimes having kids need to show you that the life you living, it ain't that. You ain't moving in a way that you don't care. So if you don't care about you, we're going to give you something. We're going to force it. We're going to force you to heal this wound. And it comes from being so hurt, so broken, so abandoned, so betrayed, so neglected that you do it to yourself. Nobody ever, when people don't show you how to properly do this, properly do that, you didn't get the proper nurturement, sucking on the titties, which is a lot of us is just, that's the first sign of distrust right there, when we don't get to suck on that breast at the beginning of life, at the beginning of when we're born, within that first month, it's a wrap. Like, the connection between mother and child is already artificially corrupted by hospitals, all the different tests, all this is this energy, bro. So I just say protect your children and try not to have them if you don't want to deal with the karmic reality that their lives are going to express. Some of it isn't bad karma. Some of it, I don't think it's bad. I don't think karma is bad or good. I think it's relative. So bad, it could be bad because you don't want to do the work. You don't want to change. So yeah, if you're resistance to what your child is revealing, then you might think your child is weird, crazy, and a lot of things, versus trying to figure out what is the mode of parent, what is the mode of, like, my parents knew we were so different. They forced us into accepting a false reality of them. So now not only they present us with a false reality to accept, even that wasn't enough. So we created another false reality to cope with the already false reality. Now we are literally trying to unravel bullshit that don't got shit to do with shit. Like, the second you get the fuck out the second you get that shit out of your mix, like when I moved with my sister in Denton, the shit that my dad and them had going on at the house didn't matter. The shit that my mom had going on at the house didn't fucking matter. Like, out of sight, out of motherfucking mind. And people be suffering. And they don't even be suffering from physical stuff. Motherfuckers be suffering from the shit that they thought about you and didn't counter with the Lord, with God, with righteousness. I've always questioned, dang, why would I have that type of thought? And sometimes I entertain it just to discover, just to see what it's rooted and connected to. Sometimes I say, that's not me. I can't connect to that. What is this? You know, a lot of it be projections. A lot of it is me coming into the same energy that was, like, you know, getting your enemy's playbook. It's like you just see the codes, and it's like, damn. Sometimes it's unbelievable. So you kind of be like, damn, that's really. I need to see what you're talking about. You say I ain't gonna die? You say they can't touch me, right? You say they ain't gonna be able to touch me. If you promise that they ain't gonna be able to touch me, then I get close as fuck to these motherfuckers. I get close as fuck with these motherfuckers just to be me. Just to be me, full of light, full of love, full of the Holy Spirit. And I'm grateful for my divinity. And I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm hopeful. And I pray for the strength of everybody else who don't fully understand, but just know that they are experiencing something. They don't have the words, they don't have the articulation. They don't have any. It just feels like mental dis-ease. It feels like physical discomfort. It feels like never any struggle, suffering. I'm here to say, you're gonna live to see another day. You're gonna live to see yourself through that moment. You just gotta will it. You just gotta believe it. You gotta trust that nothing you're experiencing is for just the experience of it. Lock in. Lock all the way in. Yeah.